Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I wanted to talk on how my haters, they still bring up my views after what? Maybe because they ain't really start bringing up my views the first year when I was going at it with them. It didn't start becoming a thing until maybe sometime after, because my videos, they were getting a decent amount of views back in 2016. Because at the time, I was a small creator, so I think maybe I was getting roughly, it was a high percentage of whatever my subscriber count was, because it's I think it was definitely well over 100 views, and then that was just the standard videos and stuff, and then it'll be the videos that were blowing up and popular at the time. If I were to react to McJuggernuggets or Angry Grandpa, then them videos would get thousands of views. So no, my channel was on the right track back in 2015, 2016. It wasn't until I had got into the whole drama with the racist pedophile. I think I'm gonna add a little bit to his name, because that's one thing that I see with his fans, is that they're ride and die fans for him. They'll jump to his defense for anything. No, he definitely has a pimp mentality, because no, his fans act like prostitutes. They just go on corners and work for him. He don't do no work. He don't make no money. But the fans, though, on the other hand, oh yeah, they do all the work. They make all the money. So yeah, the racist pedophile pimp. That's what we gonna call him. Maybe that might be giving him a compliment, but at the same time, I'm yeah, that's just what I see from him and his fans. But anyways, but no, overall though, the one thing that they managed to bring up over the years, and they've always been consistent with it, and it's funny how you look at all the different things that have been brought up with them, and it's like a Bible size book of a bunch of different things that, from his fans, from his friends, to himself. The racist pedophile pimp, there's a lot of things that they can go down for. And then when you look at me, the one thing that they've always been consistent about: you have low views, you don't get enough views. Oh, you have all these subscribers, but you don't have no views. And it's funny, because when you look at his videos, it's the same thing. Hold on for a second. Let's just talk on that real quick. And he has more subscribers than me. That's the funny thing about it. But let's check his last most viewed video, I guess. So the last video he uploaded, 5.3 views. Or not 5.3 thousand views. I said that wrong. My fault. My last most viewed, and that was, I guess, recently and stuff. Let's see, because I know there was a short that I uploaded where it got a lot, 32,000 views, and I uploaded this 2 days ago, and it was a voiceover video that I did about this boxer running around the ring and stuff. So to me, it really trips me out how I can pull more views than him, and even if that's not believable, because the funny thing is they can bring that up as many times as they want to, and I'm fam, for probably some time now, I have been getting more views than him. So I'm I can't give you guys an exact pinpoint date of when it all started, but yes, I have been getting more views than him. If you want to check Social Blade. You know what, matter of fact, because I know they're not going to check Social Blade, because they don't like to be on the losing end of an argument. So yeah, let's just go ahead, open up Social Blade real quick. Let's see. Let's open up another link of Social Blade. Let's search up his. I don't think I'm gonna find it that way, because I think the last time I had to keep this. You know what? Let's open up both his channels and let's see what both his channels, what the views are. So my daily average, 181,000 views, and then a weekly average, 32,000. That might be backwards. It would make sense if I were to get a weekly average of 181,000 and then a daily average of 32,000. I think they might, the website might be glitched. Okay, let's just, either way, regardless and stuff. But, I have been posting some videos recently where they have been getting a lot of views, so they might be going based off of that. But anyways, in the last 30 days, I've gained over 5 million views. So to me, I'm that's an accomplishment. That's an achievement, And even in the last 14 days, I've gained over 400. Yeah, that might be Well, no, actually, no, never mind. No, that's right. 437,000 in 14 days, and then 5 million in 30 days. Cause yeah, there's at times where I upload entertaining content. At the end of the day, if we're gonna talk about content, cause it's like, yeah, we could talk about views any day of the week and stuff, but let's talk on content. Why would anybody? Let's just see what his last video, what it was. Hold on for a second. Do I still have his channel open? I don't. I think I had exited. Oh, you know, let's just backtrack. Let's just backtrack and see what his last video. His last video was titled "The Blandest Man on the Internet." Arnicus. Yeah, I think that's how that word's pronounced. I don't know, don't care. But anyways, but yeah, it's like at the end of the day, who's gonna watch that video? Like, I guess like what reason would you have to watch that video? I just think of the last video he uploaded on me, and I'm like, if that last video is anything like the last video that he uploaded on me, most likely you can, this internet Arnicus person, I'm like, you most likely can find better content than whatever he's talking about, or I guess like a better opinion on this person than whatever he's saying in that video. Because when he did that last video on me, all it was oh, TMossBoss has been getting a lot of views, and also he fell for the trick of my fans accusing him of hacking me. And I'm like, so what? You're setting your fans up to, like, I guess for them to do that? Like, what's... Because I don't know. I guess, like, if something like that were to happen to me, I think I would be a little bit more informative and let my fans know what the business is if I know who hacked me. But if I didn't, I'm not going to have my fans make false accusations against somebody and then put them in some sort of trouble. But I know how he likes to operate. He don't care about other people's well-being. If he did, he wouldn't have uploaded the video he did. He would have listened to his girlfriend, his roommate, his neighbor, his pet rock from elementary, and all the other different people that was telling him that it was a bad video and stuff. But overall, though, I guess, yeah, when you have that pimp mentality and stuff, and a lot of the people that are around you act like prostitutes, you ain't gonna really be listening to people like that. You only gonna be listening to what's gonna make you enough money and stuff. So, yeah, I'm like, and that's another thing, too, because I know I be seeing that in his, I think it's either his description or comments, how he got like some GoFundMe thing. Now, I guess, I don't know, maybe the GoFundMe thing is real. I'm not saying that it's fake, but I just find it kind of weird where it's all like he's kind of dying as a content creator and stuff, and he had to create this Patreon, and then just out of nowhere there's this just random story of some, I think it's like a business had burnt down or something, he's trying to help a friend out or something, and it's like, what are you getting from that friend? Like, it could be a real situation, but I guarantee and I promise you it ain't gonna be no, oh, I promote this for free and I don't get anything out of it. I guarantee and I promise you, he's probably getting some sort of favors from that friend and stuff. That's why I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't even trust donating to anything that requires money going his way. I wouldn't trust it, because we don't know what he's gonna do with that money at the end of the day. So, but anyways, let's get back to this views though, because I was like, I kind of, start jumping all over the place and things. But no, yeah, let's start getting to the views. So I said what my views were. Let's check. This is the smaller channel. So a daily, oh no, that's losing subscribers. So do they say how many subscribers? No, they don't say. It has been a while since because I have to say, it's like my subscriber count is just kind of like at a stuck point in things. I haven't really I've been gaining and been losing and stuff, but he's just been losing. So daily average, he loses 3 subscribers. In the last 30 days, he lost 100 subscribers. He gets a daily average. So I think, again, backwards. So, because the daily and weekly, the daily is 132 views, and then a weekly average of 113 views. And in the last 30 days, he's gained almost 4,000 views, 3,964, and in the last 14 days, he's gained 1,662. So, and this is on the smaller channel. Okay, so it's like he might not be all that active on the smaller channel and stuff. He might not be doing. Let's check the other channel. Oh no, it shows this past Monday so I think it was a build up, but if eventually it led to him losing 1,000 subscribers. So I think it was just well, I can't really say building up. He's it's just like, I guess, building up in a downward position and stuff. But yeah, he lost 1,000 subscribers daily average. He lost 33. He loses 33 subscribers on a daily average. 143 subscribers on a weekly average, and then in the last 30 and 14 days, he's lost 1,000 subscribers. And then when it comes down to views, Daily views, 620 views. Weekly average, 538 views. Last 30 days, 18,600 views. And in the last 14 days, 8,143 views. So somebody please explain to me who's getting more views between the both of us. Yeah, you can talk on my most recent video, but if we're going to be talking views, we're going to be talking views. When my thing is this, who's getting, just answer that question. And I know how they're going to be all like, oh, well, at least he didn't do this. At least he didn't ignore us, because it was one of his fans that just recently brought that back up. And it's like, yeah, I can tell that you haven't been following the content and stuff. But I ain't even going to defend myself anymore on that suicidal girl situation. We all know that they faked that just to get some views and stuff. And the funny thing is, and still ain't achieved nothing. It's like, yeah, maybe at the time being, they did get a lot of views off of me. But, and that's another thing where I'm all like, I don't understand. So if I don't get any views, explain, how does somebody manage to pull thousands of views about a person that doesn't get a whole lot of views? So it's, the thing is this, he either faked his views or I'm more popular than him. One of the two. And the funny thing was, this was at a time where I wasn't even doing voiceover content. So how do you manage to get hundreds of thousands of views off of a dying/dead channel? And this was supposedly my channel. So that's why I'm like, yeah, he definitely, he was faking, some stuff when it came down to the views. Because, yeah, that don't even make no sense to me. But we've talked on that, too. I've talked on how he faked his views. But I just find it funny, though, like how his fans and, his quote-unquote friends, they ride with them. No, it doesn't matter, but then that's the thing, though. They only say the same thing that he done said throughout his videos. Because I'm like, as far as being unique and being different, like when I do these videos or do these podcasts or just content, let's just call it content, I'm always coming up with something new to say. I'm always coming up with something different to say, and I don't need people to repeat what I said. I feel like what I said is going to be loud enough to know it's like, oh, it's like this actually does make sense. Like, I don't need people to pretty much repeat what I said in order for it to make sense. I think, when we laid down, I guess, the road in a direction where it's I was trying to like piece together an example and stuff, but I'm like, I kind of put myself on the spot. So I'm like, no, we gonna cancel out that example. But anyways, but that's the thing though, where it's like, when it comes down to his views ain't adding up. Either he ain't getting no views or he's faking his views. So at least with me, I can say that my views is it's real, it's realistic, and it's like, you can look at a lot of different channels out there, even his channel, for an example. He has all these subscribers, but he's only pulling in a certain amount of views. When you look at somebody even bigger than the both of us, where they got 10 times the amount of subscribers as we do, they'll have 10 million, 100 million. Mr. Beast, hold on for a second. Let's just see how many. Maybe with him it might be a little bit different, but Mr. Beast, he's the most subscribed YouTube channel, right? All right, so dang, this man's almost at 500 million subscribers. That is insane. He got 471 million subscribers. That is wild. I'm like, I don't know. I guess I did it really. I don't really be checking his channel like that. But anyways, dang, that man be killing it with his videos and stuff. That is wild. But anyways, so the last video he uploaded was 12 days ago, and he's gained just from that video alone 96 million views. So what is Mr. Beast, is his channel dead because he's not getting 471 million views across all his videos? Because that's how a lot of people like to word it, or how they like to portray, where the amount of subscribers you have, that's how many views you should be getting, knowing that it's like people got day-to-day lives, whether it's like, or even when it comes down to content creating, it's like, okay, I'm not just going to strictly watch Mr. Beast every time when I go on to YouTube. I'm going to want to watch some video game videos and stuff. I'm going to want to watch some movies. I'm going to want to watch some TV show bloopers. I'm going to want to watch some trailers for movies coming out, or music and all this other. Do you understand? They probably don't have an exact number. Let's just see how many videos exist on YouTube. YouTube holds over 14 billion public videos. So according to research from early 2024, with over 500 hours of content uploaded every minute, this number increases rapidly daily. Some estimated suggest total content, including private and unlisted, could exceed 33 billion, growing rapidly from over from over 4 billion in 2024. So there's billions of videos on the internet, and I'm supposed to, or no, and here's the thing, I guess to just explain my videos and stuff, there's 44 billion videos that people are going to find way more entertaining than mine. They're supposed to be sitting down watching every single video that I upload. I wouldn't want my fans to be acting like that with me. I guess, like, with me, I don't have no pimp mentality across my fans. You know, I'm like, I let them live their day-to-day lives, and I'm like, hey, if you watch my videos, cool, I appreciate it. If you don't, I hope you watch them one day. But if not, hey, it's whatever. I'm not losing no sleep over it. But him, on the other hand, it's one of those things where, no, he has to send his videos out to people just because he knows that people, at the end of the day, they're not going to be watching his videos. That's why he did that whole Cinebear video, so he can send it out to people and I guess, you know, get their feedback on it and stuff. And it's like, if you got to do things like that, then it's just, to me, I don't know. Like, I guess, like, it's one thing if you're posting it online and promoting it like that, then yeah, you're kind of marketing your videos and stuff. But if you're having it, like, personally, I remember I did that when I was younger, and it felt embarrassing. Him, on the other hand, he don't seem like the type that's embarrassed by his actions. He just seems like when people call him out, then he'll lie and say, oh, I'm embarrassed. I didn't realize what I was doing and all this other stuff. That's why that whole Cinebear crap went down the way that it did. But anyways, and it's funny how you would think after all that controversy that his channel would have blown up, right? Like, he would be getting thousands upon thousands of views and stuff. He doesn't. So it's like, it shows how much of a quote-unquote entertaining content creator that he is. But at the same time, I guess, you know, jokes aside, what reasons do you have to watch his videos? Why would his videos be that interesting to sit down, put all your stuff aside? Let's say you have kids, you don't even hang out with them. You have a wife, husband, whoever you are, you don't hang out with them. You have a whole social life, whether it's with your immediate family, extended family, or really close friends, or whatever. You put them aside just so you can watch Just a Robot video. I'm sorry, but no, I don't believe that there's people like that exist. Nah, there's no way. All right, so anyway, if so, they're trying to get something out of him. So yeah, I'm like, I had that same, I guess with me, I had that same mentality when I was a kid. Clean the house, cut the grass, pick weeds up out of the grass, what else? Clean the cars and all this other stuff just so I could get me a video game. So there is some hidden agenda with his fans watching his videos, because me personally, I don't think that there are people out there watching his videos, or if they are, sitting amongst a group of friends, fans, family, whatever the case is, the friends and family. You're sitting around your friends and family. Let's just paint out this scenario real quick. Let's paint out this picture. There's a family or friend get together. You guys is all sitting around. You find yourselves in front of the TV. There's that one friend that opens up YouTube and they're like, man, I haven't seen a good YouTube video in a minute. Like, remember we used to watch these videos when we were kids, and how it was all like, everybody's reminiscing about all these different, YouTube videos and all that other stuff. You're that odd friend in the bunch, all right? And you're just waiting for the right moment to bring up Just a Robot, all right? The racist pedophile pimp. So, anyways, everybody, there's the one talking about, oh man, I remember I used to watch Vanoss and H2O Delirious and all those guys back in the day. Then there's that one friend there like, oh, I loved watching them fail army videos, them like, the best fails of the week and all these other different things. I'm trying to think what else. Then there's that one friend there's like, oh man, there's like, no, you guys, y'all gotta watch them like them EDM festival videos and stuff where they be like them DJs and they be all like, so everybody just kind of got like their own wave of content. And then there's that one friend that notices you a little quiet. They're like, hey, they're like, nah, what kind of videos were you watching? I remember you were watching some YouTube videos too. You look at them all right? It's dead silence. The microphone, it's now the microphone spotlight, all that stuff. It's all on you right now. You have the chance to say all of this different content. You can even go based off of one of the other people's answers. Like, oh no, I was watching the same videos you guys was watching. And then it could just be a normal hangout, right? You say it with a straight face. Oh, I was watching this YouTuber named Just a Robot. record scratch, everybody's looking at you, they're giving you that, what was that one picture, I think there people were saying it was Kodak Black when he turned around in the car and he kind of is like making a face, but it's like, or even that one that what was that one that DC, it was like a comic, or not comic, but it was a cartoon show when the character, he was all like, I threw a rock, and then everybody was just kind of looking at him and stuff. Your friends and family is going to be looking at you the same way. Because it's like, there is no way. Because, and if anything, they might not know who Just a Robot is. So they're like, hey, you know what? Let's watch one of his videos. Then, and it's, the funny thing is, people might not ever admit to this. They ain't gonna want you. You ain't gonna want them to be watching no Just a Robot. That's like one of them personal. You were just kind of saying they thinking, oh, the conversation was gonna continue on and stuff. But they're like, nah, we gotta investigate. We gotta, or it might be a situation where they'll wait until the get together is over with, and they're all like, let me watch that content creator that such and such mentioned. Let me see what they're all about and stuff. And then then they do watch it, and they're like, man, like I knew my friend was weird, but I mean, he would like, he sniffed the bottom of his shoes after he walk outside and stuff. And I'm like, I just thought like, maybe that's just like something that sneakerheads do or something. But I'm like, I'm a sneakerhead myself and I ain't never did no stuff like that. So I'm like, what's his problem? Like he go up to like gas stations and he kind of, like just get some gasoline and rub it across his eyebrows. Like, I just thought like, oh, okay, maybe there might be some benefits with that or something, right? Then they're thinking of all the weird things you then did over your time, and they're like, nah, that's the weird friend. Oh, we got it. So if you find yourself being cut out from your friend group, you see these guys either on social media or wherever, they all hanging out, but you're not there. You're the weird friend in the group. All right. Maybe that might be a good thing that you got cut out from that group if they can't accept you for who you are. But really, though, at the end of the day, why would you want to be accepted as a Just a Robot fan? All the different things you could be accepted for, you want to be accepted as that. Yeah, no. I'm sorry, but that's a no can do. Not in this society. So, but anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching it or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow or subscribe, viewing this on the podcast streaming service. And peace.